Hey everybody, Weapons Grade Radio here. Christian Barrow, just hanging out on a beautiful summer's afternoon or evening in Oregon. And I just had a thought. Everybody's always talking about male privilege and white male privilege. Have you ever been to a club on the weekends, like a dance club or like any kind of bar whatsoever, where there's a pretty healthy single scene? You ever seen? I've been in plenty of situations where I went into a place like that with a few women, and when I looked around, I was thinking, I don't know about this place. This environment doesn't look that great. There looks like some dudes in here that are probably up to no good, and they look like they might want to fight. And you can just, as a male, you can sense the tension in the air, or like something's wrong. Your spider sense goes off. Let's call it your super male masculine sense gets triggered. And so that's a good trigger. And here you go, this is not right. Something is wrong. I don't trust this place. I don't feel safe in here. And you look at the girls and you say, I don't know about this place. They look at you and they go, what? What's wrong? Everything's great. I don't see anything wrong. Tea. And they just kind of run around having drinks and having a good old time while you're getting stared down by like a group of 5 different guys who most likely have been alone the whole night. They're all pretty drunk. They have no luck whatsoever with women because women constantly, it's like a game to women in my opinion in those situations to reject men. Come on, give me a break, dude. Men ask, women reject. That's how it is in those places. And so they're pissed, they're ready to fight, and you know it. And I can't tell you how many times I've been to places like that with my significant other and with women in the past, and they were completely oblivious to any kind of danger whatsoever. Totally oblivious. Like it just doesn't exist to them. Now, privilege, maybe? I think somebody tried to say that white privilege or white male privilege is when you can, or male privilege is when I can walk through a dark alley at night and not feel scared, or walk down the street, or walk through a campus when it's dark out and not feel frightened or afraid, which you should always be on your guard, period, no matter where you're at. Not so much afraid, but aware. But in a situation like that, where the male is hyper aware, the female is most of the time completely oblivious to any kind of violence or any kind of tension or anything going on in the background. And I've seen that 100 times. I was a bouncer for a little while. I actually worked as a bouncer in one really crazy club with fights every night. I mean, we're talking like 10 on 10 huge, 20 and 20 person versus 20 person gang fights, and gun, people getting shot. All the bouncers were wearing bulletproof vests. To like a little tiny pub called Little Prague, where it was like I sat at the door and I ID'd college students all night, and it was pretty easy. But I've seen that scenario over and over and over again. What would I call that? Female privilege. That's right. Female privilege. Not male privilege. Yeah, the male is privileged to defend you if anything happens. If some other woman even wants to try and hurt you for some reason, the male is obligated to step in, unless he's one of these little nutless cucks that are being created from our feminist-driven sub-society that's happening right now, which is really sad, which is actually very damaging for boys, very damaging for men in general, and that's a whole nother subject, so I won't go into that. But I just wanted to touch on that subject real quick and say female privilege absolutely exists. It's a female privilege to be the one that gets to do most of the rejecting in the dating process, or when men hit on you, or if they're even quote unquote allowed to hit on you now, because it's sexual assault if they, I don't know, say, hey, you want to come back to my place and have sex? And you're like, no. And so now it's going to be considered sexual assault. But it's privilege to be able to walk into a dangerous environment and have no idea and be completely oblivious, because if anything does happen, you don't have to do anything physically whatsoever to defend yourself. So anyways, thank you so much.